Today we'll be looking at a Gun & More Haze Lite signature that I picked up in the UK sales. Very nice bat, not doing a knock-in on it, so let's have a look. What I want to show you today is a Gun & More Haze Lite signature. So the signature range is something new this season. They've got the signature, which is about a 707, a grade 2 or the old 4-star, and then they got a signature LE, which is equivalent of a 909, which is the bottom of the grade 1. So they're only really a couple of grades apart, but yeah, the Haze Lite is designed specifically to be a mid to high middle bat. You can see here a fairly pronounced spine running all the way to the handle and up into it. It's a fairly thick handle actually. It's got this new terrain grip you can see there. It's got a nice grip there for you, a little bit thinner at the top, and you got the pink and purple colour scheme, which stickers graduate from purple to pink, which is something they do with their bats in the current season. Nice quality stickers, that's nicely embossed, really good quality. There's nothing cheap about the quality of these bats. So these are made in England, in Nottingham. A really important thing to know that these are cut with the CNC, which is the DXM, which is the way they actually cut the bat. It's all cut on computer, including if they need to put a bow in it, that's cut out rather than pressed in, and that ensures that when they press the bats they get an even press. A 64mm spine and about a 34 to 35mm edge, about 22, 23 at the bottom here, and slightly reduced at the shoulders, but quite high through here. You've got about 4mm of concaving and a little bit of a bill going on here. There's not a lot of wood down here, so it really doesn't have anything going down in the bottom 3 inches of the blade. They do this, their own toe guard and that. Do I like the press of the Gun & Mores or do I not like the press? And I've come to the conclusion that I actually think at the moment they're pretty close to what you would call ready to go. And I'm going to show you basically, it's a bit tinny down the bottom because there's no wood there. But we'll tap this up and have a good listen. That feel there, after I've knocked and just filmed 4 post knocks, that's pretty much what I'm sort of trying to achieve when I'm knocking bats. It's that really hard surface, and they're doing this out of the factory and scuffing it. With good quality English scuff, which is the same stuff that I use. I know it's the same manufacturer. You know, you're saving money, really, but quite frankly, all you really have to do when you get these bats is make sure you get a mallet and just go over these edges, round them a little bit more, or put some edge tape on them, but I'd probably round them a little bit more. They actually even attempt to do a little bit of rounding on it, which is really impressive. You can see a tiny little bit of bow there. You know, knock down here, and if you want, spend maybe an hour and a half on it. And look, these things are nearly ready to go. You don't really have to do much. This one's pretty hard there, right in that centre. You can see there a little bit of marbling. And once that basically plays in, this bat's going to go really well. Now the grain structure, you know, it's fairly even. Grew a little bit better this season than it did down here. Got a tiny slither of heartwood, a little bit of marbling just here. There's not too much going on to the surface that would worry me. That's just the marbling there. No real pin knots in it. The machining lines where they've put the pineapple down through it to cut the back. I'm pretty impressed. I had a GM Paragon 909 a few seasons ago, which I sold to somebody at my old club, and he had a bit of trouble, you know, getting it to play in, even after I'd knocked it. He went from, I think, a Duelist, which was an earlier bat that he used, and he actually went back to it. I fixed that bat, and he went back and used his old bat. But, you know, a lot of people who, you know, buy GMs tend to stick with them, and I can sort of understand why. That this is the way a bat needs to be prepared to be durable. And I know that there are manufacturers that softer press them, and they go a lot earlier. There's a lot less to do with this, and as long as you're not a fool and think that, you know, hitting sixes off this corner or this corner of the bat is how to score runs, but it's actually how to break bats, you shouldn't have any trouble. I think they're a good buy, you know, and if you're a good timer, you'll get runs out of the middle. So yeah, well done to GMNow. Very impressed with that. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to bounce a ball on it. And I'm not going to do any photos on it because, look, quite frankly, you can go onto the GMNow website and you can have all the photos and the specs. It's all there. All the information in their book of cricket that they publish each year. There's much better examples of the haze and this quality, and I just managed to get one that's, you know, 7 grains and a little bit skewed, but I'm not too fussed about it. It's not so much about what the bat looks like, it's how it's going to perform. And this bat's going to perform quite well. And I got it pretty cheap, so turn the camera around, we'll have a look. So I'm not going to bother with post knot. I'm pretty happy that once I just do the edges and that, this bat can be used. I'll go with a really old ball. So you see there's nothing down that toe, nothing there. But it's a mid to mid-high profile, a little bit clunky up the top there, just beyond the press range. But in that middle, it's doing right. Bounce the dukes on it. So over in England they use much harder balls, and that's why they prepare bats to survive these much harder balls. And you can see there that when I middle this, it's doing good. This bat is 294 incidentally. So yeah, out of the middle, slightly higher, pinging quite well. A little bit hard there, you can hear that tinniness. Once that warms up, should be good. And there's not really any major seam marks in it. So as I said, yeah, I'm pretty impressed. GMNow is pretty much ready to go. So well done to GMNow. This is a bat I'd bring to Australia if I were you. Nice shot. GM Haze Lite.